Lovely leg.
I'll get rid of storage. Me leaving storage.
Oh, bro, he's still on the way back.
Yeah,
Coming.
wait for the second one, yeah.
So we're gonna start off by explaining absolutely nothing and going straight to the farm. And then we'll sort of backtrack and then explain how the farm works and how we got it to work and what we did.
Nice leg spike.
Sick on the wave.
You guys perfected
Okay.
the 10-second leg spike, right?
So we're just gonna go up to this gateway up here. Welcome. Wait for BB. Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Where's Kiwi? I don't know how to do your cool automatic starters, so you have to push to start.
I mean, that's broken, so
Don't move.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a button.
yeah.
Oh, nice blind side. You were in the wall. Oh, yeah.
Send you about middle doctor.
I think there is one that you can do already.
Fun fact, this entire piston bolt was built just yesterday.
Wow.
So we have here just a little map of a tiny area of the project. And over here is going to be the viewing platform. All that horse pull the lever.
When he wakes up.
Pull the lever.
Gnem gun.
Whoa, particles.
So, if you have any solid blocks in your hand, I'm just going to ask that you take those out of your hand, just for safety, because they could break the farm if they're placed in the wrong spots.
Don't have any solid blocks.
And so here we can see that the beam coming out of the gateway is happening. Well, every 29 game ticks, there's a new island being generated, and 3 TNT dupers are on a perfect timer to keep up with those 29 game tick generation. Oh, is Smokey trying to join?
Yeah.
I hate that whitelisting.
The dog is... Oh, it shouldn't matter.
And we have some little fun fact signs on the side, and some special thanks signs to people who helped design the farm.
Just go and spectator to us. Okay.
Also, if you guys have the newest tweakeroo, you can use FreeCam, and you can use that to get closer to the farm with viewing.
couldn't you do the fourth side?
So I was gonna explain that, but I wanted to
Oh,
wait
yeah, no
until I explained the gateway shifting and everything, because it kind of wouldn't make sense yet if I explained it right now. But so yeah, I kind of just wanted to show up the farm initially first. So all the items right now are actually, if you look down below, you can see the shulker loaders down here. It's quite extensive. It's actually bigger than the quarry project at the Nether, because the farm produces 1.05 million endstone per hour. And all of the items are being transported actually back to the main island, to a central little storage that we made by a water chute. And there's a chunk loading grid that keeps that entity loaded for it to make it there. So I'll turn the farm off, and then we'll go explain the gateway shifting and the gateway generation process.
Small
Or
farm.
you forgot something with those box filler. Because this design they can drop to the side.
Oh yeah, if there's a little bit of loss, it's not too big a deal. We saw that there was some loss, like a couple shulkers were lost, but it's 1.05 million per hour, so we didn't mind too much.
Understandable.
Blasting.
But so if we go back to the main island, I can show the beginning of where we started the project. I guess the only way into the piston bolt is through the viewing way.
Oh, you can fly.
if you want to fly back, yeah.
I mean,
You're
I'm
looking at me.
already on the island.
Wonderful. So, I don't know if you saw the mine carts that were bouncing up and down in the farm. We really just don't want any Enderman to ever touch those, because that would entirely break the whole farm and blow it up. So we got this little timer here. This is the way back home. If you have your volume on, you can hear the note block ding twice. I kind of made a little timer because the gateways, fun fact, only let entities through every 2 seconds. And it's also kind of cool. Oh. You can see, Neil, before the others do here, there's shulkers showing up right here. This is the exact block that it chooses in preference for teleporting the items to. And no other solid block can be higher than that. So it has to be really minimally decorated around here, but this block is just on a timer from a hopper clock down there to shift back and forth on a bud switch. And this guy just fell through, nice. And then the items are conveyed through the hopper into a dropper and into a cobweb. And cobweb just stops the most sideways momentum so that the shulkers fall straight down to the storage down below. And if you want to look at the storage now, we can look at it now, or we can show it off later. Orf did all the storage decoration. He wants to show it now. So it's right down here. It's in the side of this little pyramid. And because it produces 1.05 million per hour, it's needed a big storage. But I locked the hoppers in the back. I'm gonna lock the hoppers at the farm itself too that aren't being used all the time. But so far, it looks like it's gotten to the second row, second up double chest. But you could easily fill that whole thing in a day. This whole entire storage.
Some of the chests don't even have hoppers.
Oh yeah, wait, in the back there's no hoppers on them?
Unless it's
Yeah,
not
the one
named.
failed because you removed them.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
Reduction.
I'll look at it later. But so once you get back up here, if you head towards where the Endermite farm is, up here in the air, we're just going to land on a little platform with some signs. So Horv did most of the building of this, and 0x did all the designing of this, and it's a binary clock flying machine 3-part sequencer. So it sort of times by a binary clock here how many chunks that the flying machines will travel and stop at. And if they all three populate the chunks in a specific sequence, they cause a new end portal to generate. And we had to do that because of the idea that we had already used all 20 gateways on our main island here. So none of them were entrance gateways, and you really need to start with an entrance gateway that has been entirely unused for this farm. And so we made our own. We made a new one using the design by 0x. He did it to get to the world border on Prototech, but we just did it for a new gateway, and he made his go a lot further out. So this is not the same timer that he used. It's a little bit different. But if you look on the Monkeys Discord, there's a lot more information on this tool and the tool that he used to find the locations that he helped us figure out where this machine will go, which goes to 10,592 -80. And so we're just going to fly out on an imaginary line from 0, from this machine, pretty much. And I hope you have enough elytra, durability, and rockets. Pretty much in a straight line. And down at around, I think, Y30-ish, you'll see a platform at 768, -5. So if you imagine the line,
Come here.
I'll let them find their way here and I'll sort of explain it. But if you imagine an imaginary line here from 10,592 -80 to 0, and a radius around 0, at the radius 768 away from 0. This is the chunk right here. If you turn on F3G, this is the chunk that that vector line intersects the radius 768. And if all chunks between 768 and 1024 have been occupied, then it begins a check here at 768, I believe. Smokey can correct me if that's wrong. And okay, cool. And it finds this endstone in this chunk and begins a search in a 32 by 32 box around the endstone. And it looks for a solid, or no solid block, but it's a block known as an is block normal cube. It's not always a solid block, but in this case, we used gold cubes, and it can, I think, be just a normal granite block like this, but gold is just a good marker that we used for, and I think Smokey used in his video even for marking out the is block normal cube that will begin the generation of the gateway. 10 blocks above that is block normal cube, it will generate a gateway, but if you use a bug, the TED bug, which I believe stands for Tile Entity Dataless bug, then you can manipulate the generation of that return gateway to be an entrance gateway by first making it a dataless gateway. And the game doesn't know how to handle too many operations within a single tick, is how I understand it. And so there's a brewing stand that you put there in that location where the gateway will generate. And the brewing stand is replaced with the gateway, but the gateway doesn't sort of update to become a return gateway. And and it's a dataless gateway instead. And when you reactivate it with a hopper, as you see there's a hopper on the side with an item going into it, it just turns it into a new entrance gateway, as just like the entrance gateway that formed way out there. And then you begin the process again. And so the vector, the imaginary line from here going to 0, 0, crosses that endstone that you see right over there in that chunk, and it begins the check again, and then we can sort of fly along this line here, and this is just the 768 radius around 0, 0. Lots of gateway shifting had to be done. Yeah, it was a lot of gateway shifting. It was kind of fun, kind of scary. But, so basically, now, as you asked before, why we can't farm that fourth chunk over there, why there's no fourth TNT duper, is because of that check. The check that the game's doing for that endstone. And for it to be a valid endstone to begin, I don't quite understand this part. Smokey can explain it better if he wants, but it can't have a 2-block air gap above a single block of endstone in this chunk here, or else the entire farm will blow up because of generation of an end portal somewhere else, I think, not up there.
Well, it'll find that endstone, and then it will find a different split place to spawn above a different Edge block normal cube. And if the gateway spawns above another block, it will basically break.
Yeah, so it spawns above like one of these blocks, I guess, on this above the black chamber, maybe.
No, it doesn't find any blocks or valid endstone locations, so it takes the middle of the island instead, and then it spawns 16 blocks away.
Okay.
15. So,
and then similarly to the brewing stand, I believe the end crystals are there as a non-is block tile entity. And they interact with the generation of the entrance gateways and return gateways back and forth between the upper and lower locations.
The end crystals just remove the bedrock.
Okay.
We're using cobblestone moving in block 36 form, and block 36 is a ticking tile entity. And that's how we delete the tile entity from the gateways with the cobblestone there. Because it's a renewable ticking tile entity. Because you can push it.
Nice. Okay, I didn't understand that part. Yeah, there's a cobble generator actually really well fit into here. If you guys can, do you guys have the newest tweakeroo? Anyone? No?
Nope. I can see it.
Okay, well, for Skyrising, I guess he can use Spectator, but FreeCam is on the newest tweakeroo, and it acts like Spectator. You can look inside really closely and see how well fit together some of the things are in here. And items, these hopper line down here between the two systems are feeding shears. Oh, process joint. He really wanted to see this farm.
Maybe game 1-3.
He's not on call. I'm probably going to give him a little personal tour later then. Anyways.
I activated the camera mode command for a bit.
Okay, cool.
Trust you not to abuse it.
Yeah. Oh, also, guys, do not right-click. Just don't right-click. That's all I'm going to say. Because if you right-click on the dataless gateway, you make it a non-dataless gateway, and that would also break the farm.
Yeah, spectators can actually break the farm.
Yeah. So the shears inside of these hoppers are on a very specific timer to dispense through the gateway. I believe like act at the same tick that it's activated.
Yeah.
And then it goes through, and I believe that's basically what causes the generation of the island down here over and over, is the shears being perfectly timed at the gateway generation to form the island, passing to the next gateway, I guess.
Yeah, when the shears go through, it makes a new island and a new gateway spawns. So
cool. And, oh, and also you can see the slime block. I'm not in C/C. If you're looking at the block 390, 99, 639, there's a slime block that gets pushed out. And I noticed, I think that's what becomes the newest is block normal cube at the highest point that the game checks for spawning the gateway above. So it pushes back and forth on a timer, I guess every 29 game ticks, to help shift the island up and down between the two gateways, or not the island itself, but yeah, the gateway up and down. And then the island generates. So I guess that's basically it.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay. Is that processed?
Yes, it is.
You missed like almost all of it.
Awesome.
Well, here, I was actually just gonna do like a little finale turning on the farm, and I know that was what you really wanted to see, so get over here real quick. If you can.
Yeah, 1 sec.
Just need to press 3 times 1.
And so Prototech has a version of this farm, I believe, on their server that produces 72,000 Endstone per hour. Is that right, Smokey?
270k.
270,000. Still quite. Yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, that's the TNT efficient one though. So
okay.
Basically, instead of TNT duping, they're just normal legit TNT, I guess.
Okay. Interesting. So, I think that the reason why we're only getting 1.05 million per hour is probably just because of a couple TPS spikes, but the farm is expected to get 1.07 million Endstone per hour. And I believe, oh yeah, I did some math earlier too on breaking speeds. So theoretically, obviously, you wouldn't be able to mine continuously, but if you were to break the mining speed with haste 2 and efficiency 5 with a diamond pick against Endstone. Oh man, I can't remember the exact numbers, but I remember the end result was that this farm produces Endstone 6,125 times faster than a one-person mining continuously with the perfect conditions for mining, which is pretty dang impressive. Where's process?
I am flying around the machine.
He's
okay.
Spectator.
I'll turn it on then.
We saw the Ender Dragon around 5 times.
Yeah, I'm not sure why it kept generating, but I think that a couple times the dragon had been lost through a gateway, or Smokey told me that actually, that it might be lost through the gateway. There you go, process.
Yeah, and the dragon can dupe through end gateway.
Yeah, and we were generating a lot of new gateways. I wonder if it maybe caused one to come out and it was stuck somewhere, lost in the game.
Most likely scenario is it just unloaded somewhere in the end, or it went through a gateway somewhere at the main end island, and then it just got unloaded and wasn't loaded.
We ended up killing it though. We found it. It chased us back to the main island and didn't run away one time, so we got a hold of it and killed it. But yeah, if you I'm gonna turn back into spectator. I haven't actually really gotten a good look at spectator. Wow.
Brains.
If you look at this item stream, this water stream is crazy. I get client-side glitches where the items aren't really in the water, they're floating next to the water. But if you let the farm run long enough, it fills up all the way to the end except for the last 3 hoppers. The last 3 hoppers will pretty much never fill up.
Wow.
And after, the average I think is 10 shulkers per minute this farm produces, so that's no problem either for the end gateway to handle at its 2 entities, or 1 entity per 2 seconds that it handles. So we didn't make a timer or anything on releasing the shulkers. It just handles it.
This will probably be never switched on ever again.
You know, if we run it for like another hour, yeah, never again. I don't think we've actually ran it for a full hour. I mean, I have in creative world testing, but not in survival yet. Mostly because of the lag that it usually adds up with the storage bot and everything, but everyone's here right now, so it's not bad. It's actually the best I've seen it.
Yeah.
But I think that's basically it. Unless you wanted to like look at this item stream any closer, that's really it.
Was quite the challenge.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. We did it in a week and a half, I think, maybe 2 weeks. You know, the farm itself was built in 6 days, and the rest was decoration and storage. Shout out to Mouse for this blast chamber. This is epic.
Does the TNT fly into the location where it generates?
Yep, the
Yeah.
TNT's in the
That's
island.
because it generates, right?
Yep.
Nice.
It's really well timed. I think that so Smokey, if you look at his video, he actually made a clock for the gateway shifting that goes faster than this, but no TNT chamber, I think, was able to keep up with it, and so they had to slow it down to 29 game tick shifting. But if you wanted to look at his video, he has some information on the whole clock.
The one with minecart.
Well, I wanted to ask Smokey, I don't understand the minecarts really. What are they for? Yeah, the hopper minecarts with the 5 items in them.
They update the gateway, so the Talented gateway or the Dentalist gateway. The hopper minecart checks for tile entities above them, and when the game does that check, if there's a tile entity that's blocked there, it will actually set it to its default state. So it turns the tile entity gateway into a new entrance gateway.
Oh, okay. So it's similarly acting to the hopper that you put on the gateways for the shipping process?
Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You can do hoppers because the gateway would delete it.
Yeah, every single time. Okay, that's cool. And that's like the one part of the farm that always really I did not understand in the slightest, to be honest.
With a head still do.
I knew that it was really important because you guys in creative testing, if these minecarts were even slightly off, the entire farm blew up entirely. Like if they were one single placement difference off, the entire farm didn't work. I didn't quite understand that, but nice.
Yeah, if anything's wrong, it will blow up.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. Honestly, Mango was too busy earlier to get a backup, so I hope you guys don't break it right now.
Oh my gosh.
But basically, I think if you place a solid block above this slime block here, or the slime blocks, right? Fixed, right?
If you put, anywhere where the item collection is. So if you look at the item collection down there, if you put any is block normal cube, so like stone and whatnot, above the slime block, it will break it.
Okay. I think I experienced that a couple times just messing around in creative, like this redstone wire that we put above the farm. I tried replacing it with solid blocks and it blew up. And that's why we used slabs and dust instead.
You just have to take a look at the item collection down there, and it's aligned with that.
Okay. Wow, the stream is picking up all down to the third from last module now. Your process. I'll give you like a little more personal tour later because you missed like the whole first explanation part.
Alright.
But that's basically it. I'm gonna turn off the farm now.
If you want, you can stand below the, or in the item collection with the Endstone. As long as you don't place any blocks, then you're fine.
Your inventory's gonna fill up in a split second now.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy too. Since we have the whole thing loaded, you can race back to the main island and watch all the shulkers pile up on that little block that we saw before.
Oof, and I'm unspawning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can see them.
This is the only real personal addition that I made to the farm. Not real technical, but you know, it's pretty cool, I think. Bud switch, cobwebs. I think cobwebs are underused. We farm them anyways, why not? Yeah, just the ones that you picked up.
My inventory's full of Endstone. So.
When I do that /C11,
Exactly. If you do
Yeah, there's still
/C,
stuff up here for
you're in
several
spectator.
months.
But then now press 1 multiple times.
still same thing.
I love the client-side glitching that happens with cobweb dropping too. It makes it look like there's about 10 more dropping than there is. At least for me. I don't know if that's the same for everyone.
Let's see. Oh, yep. You
Yeah,
move up,
like-
fine.
Yeah. I'm not sure why, but it's cool. Makes it look like there's even more than there is, even though it's already excessive.
Whee!
Did you guys have any questions for Smokey while he's here? He's the designer of the farm.
Great job, Smokey.
Thanks.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed taking a look at the farm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's pretty
We
fun.
really need it. We
Now
need
It's a lot of fun.
You can fill up the end void with Endstone now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, well,
New
never
project.
mind on me.
Oh yeah, I did fix
Somebody's-
most of the dragon damage. You can see there's still more dragon damage over here and some trees were taken out. I haven't fixed it all. At least it's dead now. It's gonna stop attacking us. Alright, I'm gonna get out of call though. Thanks for coming.
See ya.
Yeah.
Thanks.